morning, Dubai. Welcome back to Lovin Dubai Show. Our top story in the UAE is, of course, COVID restrictions across the country have been scrapped.
And ex-expats pay tribute to the UAE.
We're talking about the fire that erupted in downtown Dubai overnight.
And also, there's been an ancient Christian monastery unearthed in Quwain.
Which is so exciting. And then later in the show, we have the CEO of the Global Citizen Forum, Talimka Yordanova, joining us to tell us all about that and why you should be grabbing your tickets ASAP. But before we get there, we have Shahir on the show. And Simran's going back to work. She's on leave. He's not going to be here all the time.
Yeah, but no one's questioning it.
They're like, don't you worry. People are always asking where Simran is. They're always like,
really?
where's... Yeah.
Nah, not that I can see.
I see the comments going through right and they're like, where is Simran? When is she coming back? Don't worry. Don't worry. Do not worry. He's only going to be...
to worry
He's
about.
only going to be with us for a day or two, but you're looking fresh.
Thanks.
/ peaky.
Yeah.
Little tired.
A lot tired.
You didn't bring the energy this morning, I'm not going to lie.
I couldn't. I tried, but... it just wasn't it. I'm under so much pressure. My father's staying with me.
Okay, that's cute. Nice.
Yeah.
Why is that pressure? That's a good thing. Aren't you lucky?
Yes, I love my dad very, very much.
Okay.
But it's just a lot all at once in your personal space.
Are we staying with you?
Me.
For how long?
It's been 2 days so far. 2 days too many.
I hope your dad doesn't watch the show because you just introed it saying, I'm under so much pressure.
It's just, when parents are in town, it's in their perspective such a short period of time. So there's a lot to do. But in your mind, it's like a lot happening in general that you don't need happening.
Okay, it's very vague. How long is he staying with you in total for?
Well, it's been 2 days.
Okay, and then how long is left?
He's leaving tomorrow. But you know what Larsa Pippen said in season 12 of Keeping Up to the Kardashians to Khloe Kardashian? Fish and people are the same. They're good for 3 days, and after that, start to smell.
Not wrong, Larsa. It's so true. I mean, look, having your parents there should be a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we all know, not even parents, visitors in general, it's just tiring. If you're coming to work and then you have to do the entertaining after in the evening, you're giving recommendations, you need to literally on the ball peak energy from I'm asking energy from you at 7 a.m. until 10 o'clock the next night. So I do get it, although I'm
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
I am grateful. He's here to help me out with a few things with my car and just stuff to do with me. He doesn't have to be here. I'm super grateful, also super stressed.
Also super stressed.
How long do you think is too long when someone stays with you?
I think it depends on the situation.
Example?
Well, I live in a one-bed apartment. So if my sister and her 3 kids decided to come, that would be a 3-day. And then I would suggest one of us gets another place or something.
Well,
I don't know.
That's simply unacceptable. A sister and 3 kids, too much. Too much.
Sorry,
boundaries.
Anyway. Sorry, Flex.
No offense on you guys,
no.
but it's a situational thing.
If my sister did say she would fly over, I would be super duper excited. But in general, when friends come, I remember one friend she came for 2 weeks one year, and then she was like, I'm going to come every year for 2 weeks. And I was like, I love you. 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 But 1 week is solid, and then look for somewhere else the second week. Stay with someone else the second week. Because it's just because you will get I will give you my full energy, and I will hang out with you every single day after work, and I will give you all the recommendations, but I cannot possibly do that for 2 weeks, and that's 3 weekends.
Oh my God.
Because it would be that thing. So I'm 1 week plus a weekend, maybe both weekends, and 3 weekends, but just don't stay with me for the 2 weeks. Because if you're staying in a small place.
Yeah, the social battery dies, and then it's
social battery dies,
it's a lot. And then these small ticks that happen in your place, apparently the AC is too cold. Sounds like you problem,
No, you have an AC problem.
Oh, good point. Or it's why isn't it bright enough? I don't know, maybe I don't like light. Why do I have to change my nature of living and my, habits to please you?
Well, I think if you have a guest, you should be trying to please them. However, if you do have guests and if you do have visitors and they want to go to Abu Dhabi, they can do so now freely because our top story today, COVID restrictions have been scrapped across the UAE. It's November, but it feels like Christmas because Nsima have finally made all of our wishes come true with this simple announcement. So November 6th, Nsima held a government media briefing where they made a huge announcement shared across all platforms. All major COVID-19 restrictions have been completely dropped. It's amazing to bring you this news. And yes, this also applies to Abu Dhabi.
However, it must be worn at health facilities and centers for people of determination. Al Husn app will be used as your vaccination and PCR test indicator if you're traveling and the destination you're going to requires it. So it's still going to exist within reason. It will no longer be needed to access places like AD, like the whole like AD. It's been a lot, but we're past it now. Those who have tested positive for COVID must isolate for 5 days as well.
Which is still worth noting that if you do get that positive test, it's still 5 days isolation required. But as you said, do not delete your Al Husn app. It will still be handy to prove. So whenever you do get a test, whenever it's needed, because what they're saying is, unless you're going into a medical clinic, it's no need for Al Husn Green in Abu Dhabi. However, if there's a big event on, in any emirate, it's up to the emirate or it's up to the event organizers themselves to make that decision.
Yeah.
So potentially someone could say, hey, and it's also just handy if you're like getting on a flight or whatever to always have your Al Husn to say,
Literally.
Here it is.
Yeah.
I'm negative, all of that stuff. So it is, keep Al Husn, do not delete it. It's a very useful app to have on your phone. But it's just done.
Things are back to normal. It really feels like things are like now it's just like a precautionary thing. Wear like a badge of honor when you need to, walking into an airplane, but you don't need it like as drastically as before, and it just like feels normal. I went to the beach over the weekend and I saw the flags, for Flags Day.
Amazing. Down at Kite Beach?
Yeah, first time going.
Tell everyone about that because that's amazing.
I liked it. So I went at night, so you couldn't walk through the flags. First time going to Kite Beach. Not what I expected, but very fun. There were so many people, and like people weren't wearing masks, but everyone's still at a distance and everything, so it felt safe. But I was like, oh my God, this is what life once felt like. And I was happy. It's
the beautiful setup they do every year, starting at Flag Day, and then it will usually there until National Day weekend.
I'm not sure.
In tribute to the leaders of the UAE. It's thousands of flags in beautiful precision. It's amazing. And then you just go and you can kind of walk. It's like a flag maze. So it's great for kids, great for adults too. Where exactly, how do you get there?
I think it's in the center. It's like right next to Salt.
Right next to Salt.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Salt.
Yeah. And like, I wish I could see it from like an aerial view because it must have like equated to one big image that I didn't get to see because obviously eye level view. But it was so cool. You can
we have it on IG.
Sorry?
I think we have the video shared on Instagram.
Oh, well, that's on me. But you can walk through it between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m.
Nice.
Just as an FYI. It is really cool. Honestly, it's the first time I see it. I saw it last year on our Instagram when I was first like properly a resident here. I was like, oh, can't wait to see this. And I felt like I went at the perfect time.
So if you have visitors and they're looking for something that's free and friendly and fun to do, send them directly to Kite Beach, get a burger at Salt, get one of those Lotus shakes, and then go to.
First time trying Salt as well, by the way.
You have not done enough in this city. You've never been to Kite Beach? You've never tried Salt? The sliders?
No, I tried the sliders now. And the fries, the spicy fries.
They started my journey on Lotus, by the way.
Really?
Because obviously Lotus is great with everything and every dessert, but I didn't realize until I came here and I had probably Salt was one of my first burgers.
Yeah, that's a good starter. Like starter burger.
Let's jump into our next story. Well, how would you know? You only just tried it.
No, I'm saying like the taste was rich. They had options, they had variety. So you coming to Dubai for the first time and trying Salt, like it's a good starter to like, good introduction to the burgers of Dubai.
And it's a homegrown Emirati brand who started it, and they've done so well. So it's amazing to follow the journey.
Yep, exactly. Moving on to the next story. So ex-expats are paying tribute to their time in the UAE through car plates. Like this is as UAE and GCC as it gets. So looks like you can get the man out of the UAE, but you cannot get the UAE out of the man. A Canadian resident shares how they chose to get their car plate number with the initials UAE to serve as a reminder of the country that they left behind, which is sad.
Which is sad,
and happy at the same time.
Also sweet. And very soon after, other ex-expats were quick to share their versions of car number plate tributes, including one from Norway and another one in the UK. So this is happening across the globe. It's an international theme. One UK driver has paid tribute to the UAE with a flag sticker attached to the spare tire on the back of their car. They're taking the UAE car love internationally.
It lives with you. It goes on with you. Like this is, I think that in the GCC in general, like cars are a big part of like culture and like plate numbers especially. Do you say plate numbers or number plates?
Number plates.
I say plate numbers.
Interesting.
Right? But like to like live on with that memory and like to have on a carpet, it's so cool. Like that, I went on a date last week and I asked, is this the happiest you've been living in the UAE? And my date said, it's not about the place, it's about you. And I don't believe that. I think the place has a big part in like your happiness. And that just goes to show that the UAE played such a major role in their lives. And it's something that they want to constantly remember every time they drive their car. Am I wrong for thinking that?
So the UAE played such a role in their heart of happiness that they want to remember it when they drive a car.
100%.
Do you think it's kind of like a stamp of, you know, if you're a particular car driver here, you kind of own the road a little bit? So I have a sticker on the back of my car, and I think it allows me a little bit of like a push.
Every time I see a Pajero, I'm like, is that Casey? And I look for that sticker. I don't know. I just think it's like something, but it makes your car, right? Like it's a part of your car. The same number with the plate number. The same way with the plate number.
We do love a little bit of a personality on the cars.
I don't know.
Sure.
I just think it's like them saying, "Oh, I miss it so much." Like it's a place that's ingrained in their hearts.
True. And usually, what I've seen a lot recently is the people who are moving home then decide to come back. So we're going to see those number plates right back in the UAE, not too short of a time. Let's jump into our next story. This is a big story. It broke overnight. A fire erupts in downtown Dubai. So emergency service tackled a large blaze in a building in downtown last night, a 35-story building. An EMAR building. On-site witnesses said emergency service extinguished the blaze, that it started on the lower apartments and spread upwards.
So no injuries have been reported as of now, and we're still waiting for officials to inform from the Dubai Civil Defense as to what's going on. So
more information on this story, TBC. You can see the video shared with us. We also had a lot of eyewitness reports. As always, thank you for sending them through. From what we heard from the eyewitness reports is that there were no injuries reported. Everyone was evacuated safely, and more information on that story as we get it. As Shahir said, we're still waiting for the Dubai Civil Defense to share their official update.
Well said. Thank you, Casey.
You're welcome. Let's jump into the next story.
So an ancient Christian monastery was unearthed in Al-Quwain, and according to the Tourism and Archaeology Department of UAQ, the site includes a church, refectory, I can never pronounce that word, cisterns and cells for the monks. It was found that the community flourished between the late 6th to mid-8th century, and possibly they could have witnessed the birth of the Islamic era as well.
That is truly astounding. WAM has reported that the Minister of Culture and Youth, Noor Al-Kabi, said this archaeological discovery is of great historical and heritage value to the UAE. She states the UAE government is making great efforts to protect and preserve the local heritage for generations to come, in continuation of the approach adopted by the late founding father, Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan. What a discovery! This is like...
I think it's so interesting.
It's so, and you said like the ref, we would call it, places for the monks, like the cisterns. The detail in which they were able to uncover and then to essentially preserve, and that the UAE is very keen in preserving the heritage of the UAE, which is no surprise, but it's just amazing. The photos are so cool if you want to see them on our Instagram.
Insane. It was way before the Islamic era, and just like when you see the pictures, you can see just like the structure in which people would live in, and it's a very communal vibe. I think it's interesting, like the discovery process for them finding this, you know, because like obviously there's a lot of digging involved, you know, and once that's done, it's like, I don't know, it's just the overall process of them trying to uncover and unearth these artifacts and then figuring out what it is in a more historical manner.
So this isn't obviously the first uncovery that's happened in the UAE. I was lucky enough to visit Sharjah a couple of times, but this particular visit, we went to Fossil Rock, and the Al Meha area as part of the Visit Sharjah. It's an archaeological center, and you can do guided treks, and they actually show you. So this specific site, if it's newly uncovered, I imagine we won't be able to visit it quite soon, but you can go to different archaeological sites in the UAE and visit them yourself, and it was just phenomenal the scale at which they have kind of made these cool discoveries, and you can kind of see it firsthand near Fossil Rock in Sharjah. And if you want more information, visit sharjah.com /Fossil Rock, and it will tell you more about the marine fossils that have been uncovered there, which is so cool.
I can't wait for us to actually be able to go and visit. You know how they have the images where it's a rendition of what the situation would have been like back in the day? That's the most interesting bit. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like when you go to the pyramids and they show you what people were wearing at the time and what the pyramid looked like at the time. I'm looking forward to that.
That's so true. Is that coming?
Well, it must. I don't know. I assume so.
I'm manifesting it. We would go to visit old castles in Ireland, and they would have kind of like the little townships right beside the castles, and you would see, the woman baking her bread or like kneading the dough and churning the butter and stuff like that. So they gave you that kind of. They created that so you could get a real visual. Sometimes we need that.
Yeah.
We need it on our screen so we can scroll past in 5 seconds and then pretend like we know all about it.
Someone's not fond of social media by the looks of it.
I'm just saying. We're a social media generation. Guys, stay tuned. We're going to be joined by the CEO of the Global Citizen Forum, Talimka Yordanova. She's going to be with us right after this break. Welcome back to Lovin Dubai Show. The Global Citizens Forum is right around the corner, and it's the biggest one yet. From inspirational talks, sunrise yoga, and guest appearances from the likes of Eddie Stern and none other than Deepak Chopra. Today, we're joined by the Global Citizen Forum CEO, Tali Yordanova, to tell us more. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm very excited to be speaking to both of you today and your audience about the forum.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in. So before we get started, can you just give us a brief overview as to what the forum is all about?
Sure. So the Global Citizen Forum is a Canadian non-profit organization, actually. Running events is one part of the work that we do. Our main topic, I would say, is global citizenship and the belief that we exist in a world which is interconnected, and we need to act accordingly. And that goes on an individual level, human level, but also institutional level, governance, and so on. So we aim to bridge dialogue with action on these topics. We work around 5 pillars. Governance, migration is a very big topic for us, sustainability, technology, and culture, because we can't really call ourselves global citizens unless we share the same values and beliefs. So we do a lot of work around that, and I'm very excited to be part of this organization for actually quite some time now.
Amazing. And to summarize, we see every year I hear about the Global Citizen Forum, and there's always huge guests going. But if you have these 5 key pillars, how do you condense that into one event?
Well, it's challenging, but we manage. It's a 2-day summit, so throughout both of the days, we have all of the conversations that take place, and the experiences are usually channeled through one of the pillars. So we would have speakers representing each one of these kind of realms, so to speak. And then the common denominator is always global citizenship. So what needs to happen, let's say, on a governance level, or what needs to happen on migration level or technology? How is it enhancing global citizenship? And where do we stand today? What have we done right? Because I think that's very important, and nowadays we don't really talk about that enough. And a lot of things are going in the right direction, but also we still have a lot of work to do. So we try to cover all of this, and I hope that we manage.
That's so cool. Like, it's nice to hear about the different conversations that will be had, but there's also a lot of activities, like you were saying, sunrise yoga. What can attendees expect in terms of activities?
So I'm really excited about this forum this summit in particular, because we've taken a very different approach to our mission this year. And we have kind of reformatted the entire experience. So up until now, we've always hosted kind of conference-based model. And this year, we're doing something like a hybrid between conference and retreat. And we've been running the forum for almost 10 years now. And every year we talk about all the things I mentioned. This year, for the first time, we want to see how global citizenship is advancing from a human perspective. And that's why the theme of the event is human metamorphosis. We believe that people were changing. And we believe that a lot of events are contributing for that. But we see it in a positive way. We think people are changing their ways, changing the way they they act, the way they make decisions, the way they make choices, and we want to explore that. And we think that this is actually the way we're going to solve most of the issues we're facing today. So this event is more about experiences. It's a lot less about conversations and panel discussions and keynotes, but more about people being part of people experiencing global citizenship rather than just hearing about it,
So this is so previously, was it a ticketed event? Because if you guys are interested, and like we've already mentioned, Eddie Stern, Deepak Chopra will be there as well. People can buy tickets. Has it always been a ticketed event?
Well, yes, actually. We wanted to transition towards a membership model, and we do have both tiers at the moment. But still, for those that are not members of the forum community, they can buy a ticket and hopefully join us as members down the line.
And do tell us about the guest appearances you have coming up, because it's super exciting.
It is very exciting. So you mentioned we have one of our main guests is Deepak Chopra. It's actually part of a larger collaboration with the Chopra Foundation, which is for the first time entering this part of the world and we are co-hosting a small event just before the summit on longevity alongside Deepak and their team, and Eddie Stern as well is part of that. So Deepak Chopra will be doing a sunset meditation by the beach, because this year we have a beach stage, which is also super exciting, and the setting is beautiful. We have hammocks and cushions on the floor and carpets, and it's very, very nice. So he'll do a deep sunset meditation. Then we have one of the founders of Burning Man joining us, Harley Dubois. She'll do a really cool experience of people coming in groups and building something and then burning it by the water. We have Chris Voss, the FBI negotiator. With him, we're going to do actually a role play with the audience where he'll pick out people from the audience and simulate a terrorist negotiation situation.
Wow.
So that would be very cool. And the whole purpose of that is for people to, because he recently launched a documentary called Tactical Empathy. And he talks about negotiations with terrorists always need to be based around empathy to the terrorists, which is very interesting. And I think it applies to our mission a lot, because we need to understand each other for us to move forward. But we don't want him to talk about it. We want people to experience it, So the whole event is built around that. Of course, we have Ricky Martin. He's our guest of honor and our main speaker at the event. We are supporting the Ricky Martin Foundation. We have the Gumbo Rally coming to the Middle East for the first time and stopping in Ras Al Khaimah for 2 days. So it will be, we have a lot of elements and a lot of really cool things going on.
That's so cool. So what you're saying about Chris Voss ties into the human element that you speak on earlier. And you were saying that we have this overall more empathetic and almost spiritual approach as humans now more than ever. Can you talk on why do you think that's happening, and why is now the right time for us to connect in that way?
Well, I think we are evolving, to be very honest with you, and it gives me a huge pleasure to say that, especially in your studio, because for many years we've been talking about issues. Our main topic is the refugee crisis, and that's something that you don't really see being resolved, So yes, governments, international organizations and all that, but we feel that people have shifted the way they behave and the way they perceive their role in the world, really. And it's as a result of crisis. And I think COVID was actually a really big one, because it showed us how interconnected we are, how really one event happening in one part of the world resonates throughout the entire planet. And I think it made the world a smaller place in a way, because we kind of shared this challenge at the same time together. And a lot of people turned towards mindfulness and meditation and yoga and all that. And I think that helps a lot to live a life in a different way. And we're excited to see already how this is impacting not only people's lives, but I think the world as a whole. So
amazing.
So yeah.
Who is the Global Citizen Forum for?
It's for everyone. It's for everyone.
Is there age limits or it's all good? We can bring the family.
Yeah, everyone is invited, of course. There is no age limit. I think children would love, the sunrise yoga with Eddie Stern, and a lot of the experiences would be super interesting. And I think the earlier you start, the better to have this conversation. Of course, we have a gala dinner, which is happening on the end of the second day. So the event is on the 16th and 17th of November, and the gala dinner is in the evening of the 17th. So that's probably not perfect for children, but we're very excited about the gala dinner. It's a fundraiser. As an organization, we like to say that we don't want to just talk about problems, we want to act on them. And the gala is one of our main kind of tool where we do that. We have a super exciting lineup of celebrity performers, regional, but also international names. We have Wyclef Jean from the Fugees, Masho Montano, a very famous Caribbean artist. We haven't really announced that yet, but I'll take the opportunity to do it here. We've just confirmed Ashanti coming and performing at the forum. She just released her a new song, which is now #1, I think, in Apple Music. So she'll be performing there. A very exciting performance is also a girl band called For Love, which is the latest project of Red One, the famous music producer, and they'll be performing at the Global Citizen Forum for the first time ever. So we're very excited, and we put this whole show together so that we can raise more funds. That's really the whole purpose of that. And this year we are raising funds for UNHCR. They're our official partner for the gala and the summit. And we're supporting refugee communities in the Middle East, hoping that we raise enough money to be able to support their operations for the upcoming winter. So, that's a big motivation for us to put an amazing event together to make sure that everyone's having a lot of fun and we raise a lot of money.
It literally sounds amazing, and you're crossing the bridge more so than ever into an experiential event. So cool. Guys, that is the CEO of the Global Citizen Forum, Tali Yordanova. If people can get tickets, if they want to buy them right now, where can they jump onto to buy tickets?
They can go to our website, globalcitizenforum.org, and follow the link on the page, and we would be very happy to have everyone join us at the event.
Globalcitizen.org, amazing. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. And that is it for us. That is all we have time for in the Lovin Dubai show today. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me too. Thank you.
Bye.
Hello everyone, it's Hala Bassam from Smashy TV. Are you interested in the latest tech and business news in the region? Then make sure to check out our show Tech Bil Arabi on Smashy TV app and on our website www.smashy.tv. And don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at Smashy TV. Smashy TV for the driven, the dreamers, and the doers from Monday to Friday at 10 a.m.